Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Cinematic Sports Fanatics. My name is Alex.
And my name is Kyle.
And one of us likes movies.
And one of us likes sports.
Which one? Tune in and find out. Kyle is the one that likes sports, and I'm the one that likes movies.
We didn't practice that, but it went somewhat smoothly.
Somewhat. A little choppy here and there. This is our first episode. What does that mean? We're going to make mistakes. It's like a baby who never walked before, but is trying to set that foot on the ground for the first time.
Eventually, all babies walk. So.
Yeah, and then eventually a baby can start jogging and then running. So we want to get there. So a little bit about ourselves. Kyle, why don't you go first?
My name is Kyle Rowley. We're both juniors at Florida State. Sports are my passion, and Alex is passionate about movies, so we thought, let's get together on this and make something special.
Kyle, what's your major?
My major is business management. I'm trying to get a business degree and work in the sports world.
Any minors?
No minors.
Interesting. Well, I myself am a media production major.
Any minors?
Yes, I am an English minor and a business minor, and I'm thinking of becoming also a film studies minor because I have enough credits for it. So
it's a lot of minors.
Yes, a lot of minors in my days.
Yes.
That's just a little something about us. But hey, let's get into the topics at hand. Starting off with the cinematic side of the world. And the way we're going to structure this is I'm going to talk about a little bit of a top 5 list of what happened in the month of August. Kyle will comment on it and offer me his suggestions as a, average moviegoer.
Fellow moviegoer. Yeah. I mean, I've seen a movie in my life.
Movie here or there.
Yeah.
And then we'll switch it over to the sports side, and he will talk about sports while I, try to understand what he's saying.
What the hell I'm talking about.
Exactly. So, number one that I want to talk about for the month of August in film world is D23.
What does that mean? I have no idea what that means.
Well, I'm going to tell you. It's basically an expo, okay? And it's run by Disney. And I don't know what the 23 stands for.
It's kind of like E3 for movies?
Yeah. E3 is for video games,
okay.
D23 movies, but it's only Disney movies. So what they showed, basically, a couple of cool things. One, they showed a live-action Jungle Book that's directed by Jon Favreau, who did Elf, which you may know.
Great movie.
Yeah, and he did Chef most recently, which also really great.
Saw it, yeah. Don't remember all the key parts, but
a lot of food.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, so he's directing it, and apparently got a standing ovation. People loved it, and I didn't think it would be very good, so I thought that was interesting. Something else, Star Wars made an appearance, and they didn't show anything. A little disappointing, I'd say.
I'm not too disappointed, but...
that's your opinion. Once it cracks that 600 million mark in the United States, we'll see who's interested.
Wish I could cross the 600 million mark.
So
didn't they just include a black guy in Star Wars first time?
No, they've had plenty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're definitely progressive.
Oh, that's good.
So let's move on to Beauty and the Beast. Something else that they showed. I wasn't really sure what to expect from this. I heard they showed some concept art and maybe a little bit of footage, but they showed our favorite actress, Emma Watson.
She's the beauty?
She's the beauty.
She is beauty.
She's Belle.
That's awesome. So it's an unanimated version of Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, non-animated. It's live action. And then...
who's the Beast and how are they doing it?
The Beast is being played by, I believe... Oh, no... I think his name is Dan Stevens. I think that's who's playing the Beast.
So is he well known? I've never heard of him. Not
particularly well known. He was in Downton Abbey in this film, The Guest. But he's a great actor, and I think he'll be great in it. And also, you know who Josh Gad is? He played Olaf in Frozen.
Yeah.
He's playing Gaston's little pudgy friend, and he looks perfect for the role.
I can't visualize what he looks like, but I know his voice.
I'll show you a picture of him later. He looks remarkable. But that's Beauty and the Beast, and then a little bit of Pixar news. So Pixar, we got Finding Dory coming out, Toy Story 4, and The Good Dinosaur.
Finding Dory, number 1 on that list.
Yeah?
Finding Nemo is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I'm a little worried about Finding Dory. It sounds like it's the same story. Now they have to
it can't be that similar. And plus, it was so long ago.
I know. I hope it isn't. I really do. Toy Story 4, I think, they should have stopped at 3. Apparently, did you watch 1 and 2, Toy Story 1 and 2?
I think I've seen all 3.
Okay, you know Bo Peep? Do you remember that character? She
No.
was like with the sheep.
No.
No? Well, apparently the storyline is Woody is trying to find her because he loves her. So it's like a love story. Interesting.
Was that predictable?
No, I didn't.
That's a love story?
Yeah, in the third one,
See,
she
I've
wasn't
never-
even in it. So like
Wow.
I was wondering what happened to her. And then The Good Dinosaur is their most recent. It's coming out, I think, fall this year. And it's like basically what happens if dinosaurs didn't get extinct by the meteor.
So is it going to be like a plot or is it kind of documentary style?
No, it's like a plot. I don't know what the plot is though. They've been kind of hush hush, but it looks very cute. It's basically he meets like a human and then they need to go on an adventure together.
Do you remember when you saw Finding Nemo in theaters?
Yes, I do.
See, I remember it vividly, and I don't even remember some movies I've seen months ago, but I remember this movie vividly, and a lot of the theater left after the first scene because it was too scary.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember people leaving.
That was a
but
huge
I
complaint
remember
back in the day.
I remember it being like too scary.
So, I mean, I think...
So that's the highlight
Oh.
for you, Finding Dory then?
Oh, for sure. Finding Dory, I will see it with you anytime.
All right, well, hopefully it's good. And then finally for D23, Marvel. Marvel came out and showed some concept art for Captain America Civil War and Doctor Strange, who your boy Benedict Cumberbatch is in. So very exciting. I wish this showed footage, but I'm not angry. And I know you're not a big Marvel guy at all.
Not at all. But Benedict Cumberbatch is a sick name, though.
Yeah, it's a great name. And
That's
apparently
what I
the
can
movie's
offer.
going to be like really trippy. It's like going through different dimensions and stuff. So you might actually like it.
I could get into that.
All right, so let's move on to number 2, Fantastic Flop. The Fantastic Four film was released this year, and it was pretty awful. If you want to see my take on it, I host a blog where I review films.
Get it in.
alexreviews.wordpress.com.
It's a great blog.
Yeah, and I believe I gave the film maybe like a 2 out of 10. I did not like it very much at all. It had a lot of potential, but it just was thrown out the window.
Miles Teller was in it.
Miles Teller was in
And
it.
he wasn't good?
He was good in the first half. Second half, you could tell he just didn't want to be there. Michael B. Jordan was in it. You love him too, right?
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that, you mean the basketball?
No.
No.
There's a guy named Michael B. Jordan.
Who is that? I have no idea who that is.
Are you serious? He
No.
was in Chronicle. He was the black guy in Chronicle.
Oh, his name is Michael Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Chronicle
he's-
was good.
Yeah. Directed by the same guy who did Chronicle. So I don't know what went wrong.
And, wow, 2?
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Wow. What was the budget on that?
So the budget was about 100 million, like a little bit over 100 million, maybe like 120 million. Domestically, it made about 50 million. Worldwide, it's made about 133 million. So
They barely made a profit.
It's not even making a profit because the budget is for the film, but then you have to market it, and that's millions and millions of dollars. So they're looking at a lot of losses over at Fox. They're the distributors. And it has an 8% Rotten Tomatoes, very, very poor. But on the other side, we have our number 3 topic, Straight Outta Compton. And we both saw this.
Luxury theater. $17 seats. Better
Yeah,
be good.
And it was pretty great.
It was.
I really liked it. I think I haven't posted it yet, but I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed the film.
Yeah, I would even venture to give it a 9. Because I can get into that whole rap game story and just being in a recliner watching it.
Yeah.
Acting was great.
Acting
I
was
found out
really
it was Ice
great.
Cube's son afterwards.
Yeah.
Which makes a ton of sense. Because, I mean, that kid looks just like him.
Yeah, he was good. I wish he had more like to do emotionally and stuff. I feel like he's not a very well received actor. He hasn't done many things at all. If anything, I think this might be his first role. So there weren't many moments where you saw him shine and act, but he was able to portray his dad very realistically with all the mannerisms. So that's.
And,
what
I mean, his
liked.
dad had a ton of say in it.
Yeah.
Which, I have a question. What do you think Eazy-E would have thought of this movie?
Ooh, I think Eazy-E would not have liked his portrayal because he was kind of shown to be, not a bad guy, but he was very, looking out for himself and kind of, screwing over his friends a little bit. So I feel like if he was alive and he was involved with the picture, you would see less of that.
You could also tell Dr. Dre was involved because he portrayed himself as a way better guy than he actually was.
He was
it seems.
the good guy in the film.
Yeah, but I mean, the music, honestly,
Great
love
music.
the music. Great
Yeah.
film.
And so this film had a budget of about 28 million, which is a very small budget. Domestically, it made 116 million already, and worldwide, it made about 117 million. So It hasn't made too much worldwide, and I think that's because people don't really know about the band, around the world. They don't care about the rap game.
No, they don't. But I think the marketing aspect of this was amazing. I know
Genius.
the Snapchat thing, they
Yeah.
had the geotag, and the timing.
Oh yeah,
With all of the police brutality problems that we have.
perfect.
Just
It's kind of.
I don't know if it was like they did it on purpose, everything, but
Who, the police?
no, just like
They purposely. They purposely.
it's all an
did-
inside job.
yeah.
But I mean, like the timing of this couldn't have been better, and you
not at
wonder
all.
this was made recently for now, or
It was made maybe about a year and a half ago. I think they started working on it. So I mean, it was definitely while things started heating up again. I'm sure they thought like we got to strike now, and it was a good time, good move, great reviews. Great reception from the box office, just all around. They did a good job.
I watched a documentary, a 30 for 30, which is like a sports version, and Ice Cube did one on this topic as well. And I always thought Ice Cube had that voice when he acted or rapped only, but
Yeah.
that's his voice all the time.
Yeah, it is.
And it's
a great voice.
intimidating, but it's a great
yeah.
voice. And I can't imagine talking like that all the time.
Oh yeah. So moving on to number 4. Have you ever seen the movie Silence of the Lambs?
I have, yeah.
You know,
I can
it's
get
based
into,
on a book.
No, I didn't, but I
Yeah.
mean, most movies
And
seems
there's
like
a TV show based on the book that relates to the movie, so I want to talk about it. Hannibal. It may be a TV series, but I'm going to talk about it in this segment because you should be watching it. And you actually saw an episode.
Saw an episode last night. It was intense.
It is an intense show. It's a very unique show. It turns off a lot of people because there's a lot of gore. It's very interesting with like the visual style, with the music and everything.
There's never a break. It's like
No.
it's kind of like a Spanish like soap opera, as in it's always dramatic with music. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
obviously way better. But
Yeah.
I've never seen someone bite someone's face off.
Yeah, that happened too. A little spoiler, but
I mean, it's Hannibal.
yeah, it happens.
He's gonna eat part of human bodies.
Yeah, and Saturday night, which we're recording on a Friday night, so tomorrow night is the finale for the show. And I actually saw an early review from IGN, and they gave it a 10 out of 10.
Hard to come by.
Like a 10 out of 10
Yeah.
for the show? No, actually, the show gets a lot of like 10 out of 10s because it's that good in my opinion. But it's just good to hear.
Now, is a 10 out of 10 a perfect, or is it 10 out of 10?
It's like
I'm just gonna
nothing-
give it a 10 out of 10.
Well, nothing's perfect, but I think it's just like if it's satisfying in a great way, you give it a 10 out of 10 for being just a great finale. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sad it got canceled, but all good things have to end. So
Speaking of finales, I just want to say Ballers, if you guys watch that. I like the show because I can get into it, but
didn't like the finale.
I did not like the finale. I don't like that it ends. There's no cliffhanger.
Yeah, it just kind of like
You just got
everyone's
the
happy.
contract
Yeah.
and they had a huge meal.
Yeah, I think that's my gripe with Ballers. Like, I don't mind the show at all. I think it's entertaining, but there are no stakes in the show, it seems.
Ballers has some cringy moments though. Like
Yeah.
The Rock's good, but he's limited, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is what
we
it
love
is.
you, Rock. Don't
No, yeah, Rock, if
come.
you ever want to come on, but
come to the show, Rock. And for the last segment, speaking of Rock, we have some great Rock movies, not starring The Rock, coming out in September. And here's some highlights. Z for Zachariah. I showed you the trailer yesterday. Maybe it wasn't your jam, but
it was weird to me.
Yeah,
it,
well,
it was
Margot-
Margot Robbie was
Margot
great.
Robbie, yeah. It's a strange movie.
Are there only 3
but-
people in the movie?
Only 3, yeah. It seems like
The entire movie.
Yeah.
And it's a love triangle.
Yeah. So we'll see how that happens. Some pretty decent reviews. I think it comes out in about a week or 2. So
What was
check
the
it out.
time period for that?
It's like a post-apocalyptic, so the human race is like gone.
It had a post-apocalyptic feel, but it had like a House on the Prairie feel.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like they were like back in the day.
Yeah.
Very
It's-
unique.
It's strange. The next one, this is a documentary that I think you would actually enjoy. It's called Steve Jobs, Man in the Machine.
Is Ashton Kutcher playing him?
No.
Okay, probably
Yeah.
better then.
And it basically, like, what it does, it shows, like, how horrible Steve Jobs was, but also how, like, brilliant he was. So I heard some people say, like, they're bashing him way too much in the film, but I don't know. It seems cool. A
Might
nice
be
little
honest.
documentary.
I haven't heard the best things about Steve Jobs, honestly.
No, he's not a very good person.
But I mean, if you're that good at your job,
Yeah.
arrogance seems to creep in.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's a nice little documentary. And then here's a horror film that's coming out, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, The Visit. And I've heard it's a little bit of a return to form for the director. He's made some pretty terrible films in the past couple years. But Apparently, this is very low budget. What he did was he took he funded the whole film. Apparently, went back to the original place he used to shoot, which I think is Pennsylvania, and he dished this out.
What's the plot of that movie?
Remember I showed you the trailer?
Is that the old person one?
The old.
Oh, I would
people.
see that one for sure.
Children
That one looks good.
Go to an old people's home and see their grandparents. It looks really creepy. I heard it's kind of funny too, though. So
kind of funny.
Interesting, yeah.
I kind of hope that the old people are just bad people as opposed to possessed.
Yeah.
Because I think that's creepier. If they're killing their own grandkids, if they're just mentally disabled.
I mean, we'll see. I definitely do want to
have
check
problems.
it out. So let's see. What else? We have another film called Black Mass coming out with Johnny Depp. This film might get some Oscar recognition. Have you seen the trailer for this?
What do you think? All I really remember is what he looks like. What's creepy, the plot of that?
I think he works with the FBI to take down some gangsters or something, and I feel like he might double cross them or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. He's based on a very well known gangster. I think his name is like Freddie Bulger or something like that. And yeah, apparently he's a really big
he doesn't
deal.
watch his own movies.
I heard that. Yeah.
Would you watch your own movies?
Yeah, I would.
If you were an actor?
If I was an actor, probably not. But like.
Really?
Yeah. Because weird.
Curiosity would kill me. I would watch it.
Yeah, curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. Oh, and my roommate Berkeley is walking by.
Burke, if you were an actor, would you watch your movies?
Yeah, I want to see what I look like.
Yeah, I agree with that, 100%.
Probably watch himself and be like, wow, I'm a horrible actor.
Terrible actor.
Here's another movie that I think you might enjoy. It's called Cooties, and it's basically like...
Love Cooties.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like a zombie comedy film, but it's like kids in an elementary school get like cooties and then they turn into zombies and start killing each other or something. It looks kind of funny.
I can't get into zombies.
Really?
No.
I like him. Hey,
especially,
Walking Dead.
Especially kid zombies.
I know, yeah, maybe that. But here's a movie that I think will be fantastic. It's called Sicario. It's directed by this guy Denis Villeneuve, I believe his name is. He directed some of my favorites in the past couple of years. A film called Prisoners, which made me inside scream. The ending to that film is just horrible. And then this other film.
Tell me about that movie. That has piqued my interest.
I don't want to say too much. You just have to watch it.
All right, I want to watch it then.
But then there's this other movie called Enemy, where someone finds out that there's someone else who looks just like him, and the ending also made me scream. So there's a common theme with this guy's films. He's a great director, and Emily Blunt is in this, and she's gorgeous.
She is. She's beautiful.
So and she's playing like an FBI agent taking down like a drug overlord. So hopefully it's good. I think it will be. And then the final two movies, I was going to mention The Intern starring Robert De Niro, and I am mentioning it right now, but I'm not going to get into it anymore because it looks like a decent movie. Could be kind of fun, but I don't know. But the final movie is 99 Homes, starring my boy, Andrew Garfield. And it looks pretty good, very dramatic, very tense. Check out the trailer if you haven't, Kyle, because I think you might enjoy it. It's basically like someone gets evicted from his home, and he basically gets an offer to work for those people. So, do you become a hypocrite and do what you hate? He doesn't like people to evict him, but then he becomes the bad guy, basically. So, it's very interesting. I don't know.
Sounds good. I mean,
could be pretty good.
I'll watch a trailer.
Definitely.
Out of that list that's coming out, which one piques your interest the most?
Probably Sicario, because I love that director. I think, Denis Villeneuve. I think he's one of the best directors working today.
Finding Dory.
Yes.
When does it come out? Because that's my
2016.
answer. 2016?
Yes.
What, early, middle, late?
Probably summer. So
okay.
You'll have your wish soon.
It's exciting.
But that is it for the cinematic side of life. Kyle, do you want to talk about sports?
Do I want to talk about sports? Yes, I love to. It's what I do most of the day.
Yes.
So I'm glad this is an opportunity to do this with you. I actually don't talk sports with you much, so this is going to be nice.
Yes,
the first thing I want to talk about includes basketball. And I just saw this a couple minutes ago, and I think it's something we need to talk about.
Michael Jordan.
Because it's not only about sports, it's business. The Clippers owner. Okay. He's high up in Microsoft.
Ooh.
He turned down a $60 million deal for television revenue, right?
Now, why would he do that?
Because he wants to, maybe, it's not official yet, because it would be big news if it was, streaming. He wants like official streaming.
Like stream the games.
That's what I read on Reddit. Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, not every team, just the Clippers, and it's far away. You know, it's kind of like the flying car of sports, because if you could watch sports for free, I used to throw like $20 a week just to go to like a sports bar and watch the game. Yeah. It really adds up. And DirecTV owns all this stuff for football. It's like $300 a year. It really adds up. So if online streaming, while is still possible, a lot of people do it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I won't say how many times I've done it, but if streaming is a thing in the NBA, do you think that would be good? It would definitely hurt the revenue for the NBA.
It would definitely hurt a little bit of revenue, but that's not a bad idea.
I think it would add fans.
Yeah, it might. It'd be very convenient. A lot of things are being streamed nowadays, so it might be a good play. What do you think?
The crazy thing about stuff like the NBA and NFL is up until recently, they wanted to say they were not for profit. And my mom found that out a few weeks ago and just thought it was so dumb and complained to me, because everyone knows it's for profit.
Everything's for profit.
It is, and that's why I don't think sports should be villainized for it.
Yeah.
But I definitely think, when you're seeing a player, as much as I love, like someone like Cam Newton getting paid over $100 million for 5 years, like, in context, he's getting paid right on his talent. But it's just sad seeing some families struggle. But we're not going to get into all that.
No.
But the whole thing about streaming is, I think if it becomes something for sports, I think it's only going to benefit the viewers, and that's all I am right now. So
it's got to benefit them in some way. There's got to be something. Maybe like their streaming service. Maybe like they might post ads or something, and that's how they'll generate revenue. So there's got to be some way they're going to make money. They're not going to
do it without.
Yeah. Something I learned very early on in life. Everyone is greedy. So no matter what they do, if it seems like it's like benefiting you, they're doing something for them too. So.
Yeah. So for basketball, it's off season right now. Season starts in October. So just right now, hopefully streaming in the future and more basketball for more people to see.
Great sport.
As far as baseball, I know you're not.
I think baseball is a boring sport.
You probably agree with, I'd say, over half of America.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because we call it
it's
America's
our
pastime.
Sport, yeah.
I mean, I love it. I could count on my hands my friends that love it, which is, just how it is. Baseball's not a thing. But the baseball season is in full effect right now. The regular season ends in October.
Oh, it's coming up.
And some teams are eliminated. And I can give you one. Miami Marlins. The Marlins are my favorite team.
And mine.
And Alex's even has a credit card.
Yeah. A debit card.
Debit card, sorry.
Debit card, yeah.
They're definitely out of it. But they are in the race for something. They're in the race for the number one pick. So every night I'm rooting for our team to lose. But it's a necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary. A necessary evil.
It is. Winning games now means nothing.
So basically, the worst team gets the first pick.
Yes.
Interesting. And then the second worst gets second pick.
That's only in baseball though. In the NBA, that's also in football. But in the NBA, there's a lottery, which avoids teams from tanking. Which means once a team knows it's not going to make the playoffs, they might lose on purpose because there's only 5 people playing on the team.
Yeah.
It's not a team sport as much. And they lose on purpose, they would just get the number one pick. And getting the number one pick in basketball, if you guys follow basketball, you would know the top maybe few people that go in the draft, they're only surefire good players.
Yeah.
In the NBA, it's hard to find good players. So in baseball, the Marlins are going for the number one pick. But I think we want to focus on the good teams because who gives a crap about the Marlins right now?
Who gives a rat's behind for the Marlins?
So in baseball, could you guess how many divisions there are?
5.
Close. There's 6. There's 3 in each conference. There's an American League and a National League. Okay, so I'm going to go through the playoff system that there is for the baseball.
Please do.
5 teams in each conference make the playoffs.
Okay.
4 and 5, the seeds they play each other. And whoever loses that game is out. It's one and done.
Okay.
Now there's some issue with this. I want to know what you think. If the 4th team is like 10 games better, because the season's 162 games. If they're like 10 games better, 5 plays 4, right?
Yes.
5 wins, 4's out.
Okay.
Do you like that?
So they'd be out
after the game. They're 9 games. They're 9 games worse, but they won the playoff game.
Okay.
It's called the wild card game. How do you feel about that? That has a lot of controversy throughout the league.
That's interesting. So they'd still be like they would have lost to that other team, but they're still doing better by 9 games.
But the season is over. the records don't matter anymore. You play like an elimination system
Okay.
for that.
Well, then, yeah, I say
fair?
they should. Yeah, I think it's fair. They should be out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the word fair is. I mean, it is still fair because it's the rules.
Yeah.
But it's, if you're that team that was better and you lose a one game, because it used to be only 4 make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then going into the playoffs, there's a 5-game series the next round, and then the last 2, which you get to the World Series, are 7-game. So those are, you have your time to. The best team's usually going to win.
Yeah.
So there's some controversy there. So the American League, you start out with the Blue Jays, who are winning the East.
Yeah.
I actually like the Blue Jays. If I had to pick a second team, that would be my team. My family's from Toronto, some of them. And so I went and saw the Marlins lose 3 games to the Blue Jays there this summer.
Great feeling.
It was hella fun. Went on a bar crawl. It was really fun. Blue Jays are doing really well. They made some big trades. They got Tulowitzki. They got David Price. Players you have no idea who they are, but they're really good.
David Price is my favorite player.
David Price is his favorite player. Back when he played on the Rays, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Rays.
back in what city?
Toronto.
Tampa Bay. And so the Blue Jays, they're looking really good. They're a game and a half ahead of the Yankees, who everyone hates except Yankee fans. Yeah. I hope the Yankees don't make the playoffs, but right now in the wild card, they're looking pretty good.
Why do people hate the Yankees?
People hate success.
Yeah. That's Babe Ruth, right?
That is Babe Ruth. That's good.
Babe Ruth.
And people hate how the Yankees do it. They buy their players.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The payroll in baseball is messed up. I'll give you that. The salary cap needs to be a thing. Teams need to be even because otherwise you see teams like the Marlins not making the playoffs since we were in 3rd grade. We haven't made the playoffs since we were in 3rd grade. But the Yankees, like I said, they're the top lead in the wild card right now. They're probably going to make the playoffs. So we had the Yankees and the Blue Jays in the playoffs. The Royals, last year, do you remember in our apartment we watched the World Series at all?
I don't remember that.
It was the blue team and the orange team. They played each other.
Oh, the blue team and
blue
the
team and the
orange
orange
team.
No?
Colors.
Okay, well, the Royals, they've been a terrible franchise for a long time.
And up
until last year, they were bad. Last year, they made the World Series. This year, they're the best team in the AL. Ooh. So they're going back. They are Chris's team to go to the World Series, actually. That's his prediction.
Chris
Bassara, yeah.
Wow.
I don't think they will, but they have amazing pitching and really good hitting and amazing defense. So they are definitely a team to look at. And then in the AL West, the Astros are leading their division. Do you know what city they're from?
I think so. Can I guess? Is it Houston?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
They were in, bring it back to movies, they were in Boyhood.
Yeah, that's probably why I know, actually.
They went to Houston.
Yeah.
That was filmed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because they had different jerseys.
They filmed it in Texas, I think, the whole thing.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah, because Richard Linklater lives in Texas, I believe.
Who?
He's the director.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, the Astros, another team that's been bad for a long time, made a few trades, drafted the right way. They're the top of their division. They're going to make the playoffs. It looks like right now they have a 5-game lead.
Oh.
A lot of time left, though. But those are the teams you're looking at in the AL. The Angels are also an option. Twins are up there. Rangers are there, but I'm not big fans of them.
So you think the Blue Jays are going to win?
Do I think the Blue Jays are going to win? I want the Blue Jays to win. No, I don't think they will.
Make your prediction right now, and then we will check back in about 2 months, right?
I said at the beginning of the year Pirates Angels, and the Angels are on the outside looking in right now, but only by half a game, which means they might have one more win or one less win and one more loss than another team.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with the Angels and Pirates.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Pirates are in the NL Central. Going to the NL, they are second in the division behind the Cardinals, who are easily the best team in the league.
Okay.
They're the ones that are the red team that always invades Jupiter in March.
Yeah.
Our hometown, Jupiter, Florida. There's spring training there, and the Cardinals fans, they live for a whole month. They're all old. They're all wearing red. They take over the city, but they help the economy like a ton.
My hometown is West Palm Beach, not Jupiter.
Okay, well, Jupe is the best, Jupiter. And Cardinals, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be surprised if they don't make it to at least the round right before the World Series.
Yeah, I can definitely picture the Cardinals in my head. I know they have they have like the Walmart.
It's a winning
the
culture.
Walgreen logo, right? Like
no, that's the Washington Nationals.
Whoops.
That's close though.
Whoops.
And then rounding out the rest of baseball, the Mets, another team that has been bad for a while, are good this year. You know that one.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers and the Giants are right there. Dodgers, another team like the Yankees that have way more money than other people. They're paying 25% of the Marlins payroll.
Wow.
Which needs to be looked at. That is so wrong in so many ways.
America.
You can't. You should not be able to buy your own team. So yeah, I'm sticking with Pirates Angels. It's definitely not the favorite to happen, but I'm gonna go with that.
Well, hopefully it happens. I hope you're right. I wish you nothing but success.
Well, I hope the Marlins win soon. That's my hope.
I hope they lose so they get the first pick.
Thank you. Me too. Going into my favorite sport, this.
Cricket?
No, cricket is a little bit later. But I'm gonna go to NFL.
Oh, it's coming.
Very excited about this.
When's it coming?
The first game is in 13 days. It's
13 days.
It was 2 weeks yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Very excited. The football season is way more stressful than the other seasons.
It's exciting. I can acknowledge that it's a very exciting season. I know a lot of people are very happy with the seasons, and I'm excited for college football myself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get that label of you go to that school. I love college football, but I don't love it as much as the NFL.
Understood.
But I think on this campus, that's pretty rare. I think college football is easily the more popular here.
Oh, yeah.
At Florida State.
You're a rare breed, but that's why we like you.
Thank you. Well, the divisions I'm going to run through, I'm going to give my predictions. I'm going to say all four.
Yes.
And then I'm going to ask you for your prediction. Because why not? I mean,
Okay.
the way it goes, you might get more than me.
All right.
Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, and Jets.
Okay.
Which team do you think is going to win the AFC East?
I'm going to say Patriots.
Patriots. That's a good decision. The whole thing with Brady deflating the balls,
Yeah.
you've heard of that. I'm so over that. It's
Wait, you say Patriots too then?
Yeah, I do. Because they just win,
Yeah.
It's being a Patriots fan has probably got to be amazing.
Yeah.
Except all the hate. But I mean, they hate you because you win,
Yeah. They hate you because they ain't you.
And I just want to say on the Deflategate, they deflated the balls. I think it's pretty obvious. They broke the rules.
Yeah.
But I don't think the rules being broken affected the game in any way, really.
No,
I think it's just
I'm sure
semantics.
They were going to win anyway. I saw the game.
They won like 45-7 or something. So that game does not matter to me. That should be over.
And Brady, right? That's the guy?
Brady, yeah.
I love
Brady's
Brady.
a
He has
beast.
a great smile.
Yeah, my mom loves him too.
Who doesn't?
I don't. And a lot of people
There's
don't.
one.
Steelers, Bengals, Ravens, Browns in the AFC North.
Ooh, I'm going to... it pains me to say this. This is the only one that I know is pretty good, and I'm going to say Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Steelers as well.
Yeah. I hate the Steelers because I had a...
the keyboard.
Actually, I'm not going to say because maybe he's going to watch this.
Okay, we won't talk about him.
Yeah, we're not going to talk
Someone that in your past.
in my past, yeah.
Like the Steelers.
I didn't like him that
Wasn't
much.
your best friend.
No.
But
But
he might be seeing some joy this year because they are my Super Bowl
you think they'll win?
runner-up.
Okay.
I think they're going to make the Super Bowl this year.
Okay.
I almost said champion. And you're going to laugh at who I picked in the NFC, but I don't know if I'm going to continue with it because we'll get there eventually.
We'll get there.
So Steelers, yes, I could see them winning the division. I
Yeah.
think their offense is great.
Good offense.
Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. Big Ben is a top 5 quarterback.
Big Ben.
He's the one that got in the motorcycle crash years ago.
Oh,
and
okay,
there was people that thought he raped a girl.
Oh, well.
But I'm pretty sure he's off on that. But you never know with athletes.
Hopefully he is off.
Hopefully. All right, Colts, Texans, Jaguars, Titans in the AFC South.
Okay.
It's not going to be the Jaguars. You know that just from being in Florida and everyone
I
talking.
think I have. I'm gonna go with Colts.
Okay, 3 for 3. The Colts.
Wow.
This is a given. I'll tell you right now. This is a given.
Okay.
They're going to win the division. That division's really bad.
Yeah.
It has been for years. The Colts have one of the best QBs in the NFL, Andrew Luck.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah, I wanted him.
Is he lucky?
Very. Or maybe just talented.
he
But
is.
back when we were in high school, I got really upset when he didn't come out when the Panthers could have taken him.
Well,
I love Cam, but I mean, Andrew Luck, come on.
you think he's a little better?
Yeah. Andrew Luck is better.
Oh, it's mighty praise.
Lastly, Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders.
Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders.
Chargers.
Chargers.
The Riders. Actually, the Riders are a team in the Canadian Football League. So I'm
Really?
sure that's what
That's
you're thinking of.
interesting.
They wear watermelons on their heads as
I'm-
fans.
All right, I'm gonna go with Broncos.
This one's up in the air for me. Broncos definitely got worse,
Yeah.
but Peyton Manning is still Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, in the NFL, on average, at least 5 teams that don't make the playoffs the year before make it the
Yeah.
next year. And if we're going to pick the Broncos, in which I think I am, we're picking 4 of the same from last year for just the AFC alone,
Really.
which I just can't see happening. But I definitely think Peyton's going to go back to the playoffs. So I can agree with you there, the Broncos.
All right, 4 for 4.
You've been looking at my notes.
No, I don't even know how this is happening, honestly. I think
It's
I just know,
honestly, you know what it
who's
is? I'll
good.
tell you what it is. When you hear certain teams, just being around people
Just
that follow
kinda, yeah,
sports,
registers.
you just associate winning with those teams.
Yeah.
Steelers, Patriots, Colts.
Yeah.
It's just how it's been, and hopefully it'll change eventually.
Yeah.
All right, going to the other side. NFC East, Redskins, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants.
Ooh.
This one is really up in the air.
Okay, I'm going to go with Cowboys.
Okay, they won it last year.
Did they?
So you're 5 for 5 on people repeating.
Interesting.
Maybe they will.
Interesting.
The Cowboys got worse. They lost their best playmaker. No, their second best playmaker at running
Really?
back, and he went to the Eagles,
Ah.
who I am going to pick.
I almost picked the Eagles. Joel, love you, kid. Philadelphia Eagles.
Joel loves the Eagles, and I think they're taking the division this year. I love their coach.
Yeah.
Not sure about their quarterback, but I think it's a system. It's a team sport. I think they're going to take it.
Okay.
Cowboys, I think, will definitely be worse on defense.
Well, we'll see.
So,
who's
there's
the
our
new
first
guy?
disagreement.
Who's the new guy on the team?
The running back?
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray, he led the league. He's the one that you gave me the award for fantasy.
Yeah. That's why.
We went from Dallas to Philly.
Okay. Well,
And I think he's going to be huge for that team.
we'll see. We'll see what happens then.
NFC North, Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears.
Bears. No question about it.
Tell us why.
I chose a team last year, and it's the Bears.
How-
Do I know
duh.
anything about the Bears? No. But
Their GM's young.
their
Remember
GM
him?
is young. He's new.
Successful.
Yeah, he's a pretty successful
Jay
guy.
Cutler's. Everyone hates Jay Cutler.
Here's my analysis for the Bears. They have a new GM. He's young. He's going to breathe some new life into this team that has been not doing so great in the past. They're going to get it all, baby. They're going to win.
The Super Bowl this year? Is that what you're saying?
They're going to dominate the Super Bowl for the next 10 years.
Okay. It's bold, but we'll go with it. I'm taking the Packers
Okay.
because they have the best quarterback in the NFL.
Debatable.
They beat the Bears by like 50 last year.
Well, that was last year.
I'm sure if you missed that game, it wouldn't have been bad.
They didn't have a young GM back then.
Yeah, the young GM, forgot about that. Packers, I think they're going to win. Aaron Rodgers is a beast. He's dating Olivia Munn.
Oh.
If we're getting the cinema side, she is. She is.
Olivia,
she's good at her job.
Olivia, come on the show.
Yeah, come on, Olivia. She's actually been on a sports podcast
Really?
with Rich Eisen. I
You know
watched
what,
it.
you know Shane, right?
Yeah,
He met Amelia.
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn. Yeah, he has a picture with her.
Oh my god,
So jealous. It was actually during like a golf tournament or something. So that's actually sports related. So there you go.
NFC South: Saints, Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers.
Saints, Buccaneers. What was the one before Panthers?
Saints, Falcons, Buccaneers, Panthers.
You know what? I'm just gonna say Panthers, but I'll tell you what though. An injury makes me a little hesitant on this selection.
Going to FSU and being a diehard Panthers fan, I love Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah.
If you go to FSU, you know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
He's a beast. He was good for us last year. On my way up to Tallahassee on the drive, I got a text that he tore his ACL in his knee. He's out for the year. Heartbreaking.
That's been going around.
Definitely not good for us.
A lot of people.
Definitely not good for us. But I still think we're the best team in the division.
I
Trust
hope
our
so.
defense. I think we're going to take it.
Your
you can call me a
preseason's
homer all
been-
you want, but
Your preseason's been pretty strong. I mean, I know it doesn't count for much, but it shows what the team's capable of, I believe.
it can.
Yeah.
I will say the only team that's gone 0-16 ever was 4-0 in the preseason.
Interesting.
So it's definitely not a science.
Well.
So we're going to have to see how we do.
Yeah.
The division wasn't good last year. It'll be better this year,
Hopefully.
but I still think we take it.
All right.
So you're going Panthers?
I'm going to go with Panthers, sticking with it.
All right, and I referenced my other Super Bowl participant. I had us going this year because I know our team in and out. I thought we had a good enough team. The Kelvin injury really hurts us.
Yeah.
So I'll give an official Super Bowl prediction next podcast.
Okay.
Okay?
In a month.
Last division, NFC West. Season will be like 2 weeks in. Be perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
NFC West, Seahawks, Cardinals, 49ers, Rams.
I'm going to go with Seahawks.
And why is that? Because it's a winning culture.
Yeah, because they won. Weren't
Well,
they in
they-
the playoffs?
They were in the Super Bowl last year,
Yeah.
and they should have run the ball. They would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're jerseys are like blue and green, right?
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
actually pretty nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
What makes them good, apart from their good players, is their home field advantage. When you go into Seattle, that place is rocking.
Yeah,
Most
Seattle's
teams
cool.
lose. That's how we lost in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for sports. Those are the big three. College football starting to get in big effect. Florida State got Everett Golson, who was a quarterback for Notre Dame a few years ago. He's done with
Interesting.
school. He's
Really?
just here to play football.
Wow. That's
He's
great.
probably going to start.
No distractions.
No, well, being at FSU, you hope not.
Hopefully.
But yeah, he definitely should start over Sean McGuire.
Nice.
Because McGuire was not good against Clemson.
Yeah, we almost lost.
Honestly, Florida State, 2 or less losses, I'll be pleased.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the ACC, we should just try to win every game and see where it takes us.
Yeah. There's only one game I care about. We're coming at you, UF, and we're gonna beat you.
Yeah, it's in UF this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm
rather-
nervous because their defense is great.
They might have a resurgence this year, but I'll tell you this though: I'd rather, if they had to beat us, I'd rather they beat us on their own turf
For
than
sure.
at our turf.
Yes. The last time we lost to UF, it was the year before we came to Florida State.
Yeah,
They beat us here.
that's just not.
That's a terrible night for everyone in the city.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll never have to experience UF beating us. But
That
if
would
it
be good if
had
we can
to
go a
happen,
4-year stretch.
That would be great.
We're halfway there. Jameis is gone, though, so this is going to be harder. But if we can get this year,
Jameis, come on the show.
the last game
Would be
of
here.
our senior
Yeah.
year will be here versus Florida.
Yeah.
And I just, in my heart, I really think we'll win that game.
Oh, I think we'll.
So if we can get
definitely-
it this year, we could have the 4-year sweep. And I don't know how many classes at this school can say that. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot. I don't know, but it'd be great
Probably
for
a
us.
couple, maybe a little handful.
Well, UF is,
They're not
UF has
terrible.
definitely beaten us more than we've beaten them.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
as we're putting the hater, aside. Like UF's a great,
Yeah, they're not bad. They're
sports
not
school.
bad. It's a good
But
school in general.
Let's definitely beat them this year.
Yeah.
Especially if we have no losses at the time. Losing
would
to them
be-
would be
yeah,
heartbreaking. I'd rather have a loss than lose there as the first loss.
Yeah, we will not hear the end of it. Definitely.
So that's it for sports. Go Knowles, and let's get some seasons kicked off.
Okay, well, that was sports. Mine was cinematics, and we're fanatics.
I'm Kyle.
That's who we are. Wait. I just want to explain one thing. This is a monthly podcast. I don't think
Okay,
I
all
explained this.
All right.
We're going to be doing these the end of every month, and we're just going to do a little recap of what happened during that month and maybe some predictions for the future. So expect to see this again in about a month. So now,
I'm Kyle.
I'm Alex, and have a great day.